Yeah, let's
Oh boy.
oh,
Where's my notes?
and then
I
I
want to
put
say
that. Yeah, go ahead. Let's get a
closer,
recap.
closer we get to the end, the less and less notes I have. That's how it usually goes. But so,
I missed a
we
fortnight.
so hold on. Did you miss 2 sessions or 3 sessions?
I missed 2 sessions. I think the last time I was here was when we were about to enter the lighthouse. with the
Yes,
sunken one.
when we interrogated the bishop. So we're gonna have 2
Yeah,
sessions
I
worth
didn't.
of recap.
I never saw that one. Yeah, and I haven't
Mhm.
watched the stream either. So
Yeah. So
I figure that Corda was probably off like helping the
that's
Stormbreaker and the lads.
that is in fact how we had it. So the I'll do the first one a little bit quicker. But so basically, we climbed the tower. We fought a giant plant creature. We made it to the top of the tower. We met a demon who I just pounded into dust because frying pan. And then we met Kassan's old friend, who is also a bear.
Oh yeah, was that the fella that they were like? That was the fella that he disguised himself as? No.
No. That guy is missing. We don't know where he is. But it was like a friend from his childhood that was a bear, and it was trying to get him to say his actual name. But then we found out it was possessed, so that was sad. When we got rid of the possession, which was good, we ate up there, and that was essentially the whole.
Yeah, bear.
We didn't eat the bear. We ate Sigurd's rations, which Sigurd has way too many rations, and I got more between the sessions. So now I have aberrant meat, crab meat. There's one more type of meat. I don't remember. I have it written down. Panoy, yeah. But anyway, so then as we kept moving forward, you and the captain were having a great time drinking.
Yes.
As we were making our way up the river. But as we were making our way up the river, the sky decided to go dark and remind me, D, was it a bunch of essentially tornadoes, right?
Yeah, so
Asmodeus erupted.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the mountain erupted and the mountain erupted and a bunch of tornadoes of black dust came and flew over. The only one we guaranteed saw was this special bridge called the Turnal-Bree Bridge. I did write it down.
Yeah, it is. It's essentially it's the Eternal Bridge, but it's how Kobold said. So they're just like it's Eternal Bridge.
That makes way more sense.
Yeah, it does.
I missed the whole ass volcano erupting. Fucking hell.
Yeah. And so Enna and Sigurd were essentially the only ones who weren't drunk. Literally, Brakar is steering the ship as he's drunk. But so Enna and Sigurd just look at each other like, well, we gotta do something. And then as we're going along, the bridge just straight up collapsed.
The bottom layer
Collapsed because it's mainly it's made and maintained by kobolds. So the bottom layer collapsed. And then Sigurd and Enna essentially went up to Brakar and was like, we gotta stop. We stopped just in time, but as Sigurd was focused on making sure Enna didn't fall again, Sigurd fell, and as Sigurd fell, he gave the greatest thumbs up, as essentially it was a mission to go diving anyway, because I can swim.
We went to make sure there were survivors.
Yeah, so we went to make sure there were survivors. I got lucky, and I swam underwater and got 2 kobolds, Mugs and Nitri. And then I met up with Enna to learn how to give CPR, and good thing that Enna knew what to do, because Sigurd definitely didn't. And then as Enna was leaving, Sigurd went to the other side of the bridge, and he tried to pick up a beam from the. He tried to pick up a beam from the.
It was
fallen
crushing another
bridge. It was
kobold.
crushing another kobold, and he failed the check. But luckily, he's fat, so he put himself in between the beam and the kobold and scooped him up anyway. I remember later I failed the check, and I'm like, oh, that beam scraped the back of my knees, so it made sense. Anyway, so I still got the kobold, and then we ran to the top side of the bridge to see. And then Enna did the smart thing of contacting Runrest back in Ozcammer, and that did not end well because apparently Ozcammer's been taken. I don't have any specific.
What do you mean Ozcammer's been taken?
Literally, Rumrez said after what Dee described as an uncomfortable amount of silence after I asked, like, do you have any visions about Mount Asmodeus erupting? She finally gets back to me and just says, Enna, Oskhammer has fallen.
Has fallen.
And then there's just a guttural scream, and then I feel the connection sever.
That was why there was a space here. Anyway, yeah. I'm not even close to being done, by the way.
Is it like God?
We're assuming
volcano boom. City
Well,
bye-bye
Well,
type shit?
I should say it didn't like erupt and spew out lava, but there was a storm of ash, which,
Yeah.
if we're to believe Mount Asmodeus is where all this demonic shit is happening, chances are it was sending out some more demons.
I mean,
I
you
was
could
assuming that
compare
demons-
the like the ash and stuff to the black smoke that you see.
But I was just imagining that Ozcammer got like taken over by demons. That was my thought. So then Sigurd, using his special eyes, found out where like everyone was hiding.
Special eyes. I love it.
Yeah, I love him. Yeah, no, Sigurd's eyes literally like can pop out of his head and look in like different directions. I love the fact that that's canon. Anyway, we unfortunately had some kobolds and some people turn to demons, which we had to deal with. I think Enna did save one guy. Did I write down his name? I don't think I wrote down his name.
Well, yeah, what wound up happening was we made some checks because Enna working in a tavern and the Turno Bridge being like a trade route run by kobolds. Enna rolled to see if she knew someone who kind of frequented there, and I did. I think his name was like Presamar or something like that.
Something.
Pardam. I'll check.
Yeah, oh yeah, and also the kobold that Sigurd wound up saving, her name was Noglu.
Mm-hmm.
Permanor.
And so...
Permanor, yes.
Oh, Permanor. Yeah.
Permanor was an elf, and they were a salesperson.
Mm-hmm.
So,
she did end up saving him, which was good. And then,
oh, excuse me.
we made our way down. I just noticed some new hotbar icons I'm kind of scared about. We made our way down to the lower like deck that was still available. We took out a couple more demonized kobolds that were trying to saw off the braces, and then as we made our way through their like nesting ground, we noticed on the back of the neck of Noglu there was a mark, but it wasn't quite the same as our demonic mark. Also, we did notice that the new marks for the other demonized creatures are not the same as ours. They're stronger, so we can't prestidigitation and remove them anymore.
Yeah, we can't save people, because I tried to do that with a kobold who started seizing up, and it just made the demonic presence stronger.
The demons are adapting and getting stronger.
Yes, and
Like
as
viruses.
Dee put it, I tried to put the kobold out of its misery after being taken. Right before my dagger plunged into it, it reverted back to its original form.
Yeah, so that the demon left immediately, like just in time, so that the kobold would feel the pain and kind of laughed away.
Bastard.
Yeah,
that
and
bastard.
D's now saying anytime there's black smoke that's freely leaving and can possess someone else, lets out kind of just like an amused laugh.
Mm-hmm. Except
So-
for when Sigurd smashes too quickly, then it doesn't get a chance.
Yeah, no. If we hit him with radiant damage, it seems like that snuffs out the smoke, so it can't spread.
Right, so we gotta. You're telling me that we gotta become a team of clerics.
I mean, 3 of us can deal radiant damage. You're the only one that doesn't have it.
But like,
That's okay. You smash, we grab.
Yeah, you
Exactly.
soften him up. We just gotta do a little touch.
I'll hold them for you, and you can just like.
Yeah.
What's that like that TikTok like the beam of forgiveness? Boom!
I absolve you of your
I
sin.
absolve you of your sins, and it's like
So,
a massive fucking beam that incinerates them. There you go. Moonbeam,
After-
moonbeam, it's moonbeam. Oh, it's moonbeam.
Oh my god, it's Moonbeam!
After
Oh,
we
where's Kassan when we need him?
Yeah. After we headed through their nest, we got to a closed door, and they were talking about a sigil, otherwise known as a sigil, and we could hear them through the door, and Sigurd being Sigurd's like, and he just kicked down the door. He's like, forget it, I'm not sneaking in there. Kicks down the door, and the 3 normal kobolds were fighting with 3, like, half demonized kobolds.
Oh, that's another point. The new kind of like new and improved mark that the new and improved possession mark seems to be like physically manifesting onto the possessed. So like they're like gaining some demonic features when they become possessed now.
Damn.
You may continue.
No, you're all good. So then we had a fight. They were trying to destroy, the sigil, but we managed to take them out and fix them. And the other 2 important things that I do have note as they were talking, they brought up Rag Moses, which is apparently Sigurd's possessor, and Azokin the Traitor, which apparently possessed Enna.
Enna doesn't know this. Sigurd's the only one who heard this.
Right, because I speak Infernal.
They're the people that possessed us back at the start of the campaign. That's why we don't remember any of it.
As far as I know. And so none of this is in my notes, by the way, but I do remember. So after we fought them, we made our way to the so-called trap room where all the normal kobolds were, and Sigurd avoided a trap. Enna did not, but Enna found it funny, so that's good. And then we essentially were looking for any other like demonic kobolds. I think there were, if I was right, there was like 9 total, and we took out. Like,
There were 6.
or there
We
there
took
were
out
6
2
left.
and 4 escaped.
Oh, 4 escaped. Okay, so we took out 2, 4 escaped, and then yep, that is exactly what my notes looks like.
Yeah.
Actually. I did
We tried to
flip.
fix the bridge using your amulet. Actually,
Oh yeah, we did try that as well.
it didn't work.
That's funny though.
And as Sigurd of course said, if only one of us had a mending spell, all of a sudden the kobolds just started repairing the bridge.
Yeah.
So
But
the bridge is getting fixed. We're gonna be able to keep going.
But before that, I remember we did try to tie rope. So we were essentially strapping the kind of like, I don't know if you've ever worked in like a freight, but kind of like banding on a pallet. Essentially that's what we were doing with rope, is we tried to tie it together to band it as much as possible, and then the kobolds came out and started fixing it. I think that's where we left off. We didn't
Yeah.
sail past it, right?
No, they're still fixing it.
That's what I thought.
All right. So
Did I miss anything, D?
I don't think so. Oh well. The very last thing that is in the chat is Drum took out his boot juice. I can't remember why you took out your boot juice.
Oh!
Just because I saw all the kobolds working and realizing like, wow, these guys are really, really handy and know what they're doing, and that just made me think of the history of boot juice, and just made me think, I wonder if you were this intuitive. And
Yeah.
one of the kobolds actually saw me holding that bottle, recognized it, and said, "You're going to sell them next?" And that's when I realized that down here, the Epoch Brewing Company, which is where boot juice is manufactured, that means that they have been attacked as well. So this demonic spread is a lot more widespread than I think any of us first imagined.
We have to save the distillery. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I know
You
that
tell-
Holly's gonna add that to the list.
If you tell Corda that a place where they make booze is under attack, fucking hell.
But also, there's a thing above it that's kind of important as well.
Yeah, Holly, you want to take a look at that?
Wait, what?
Look at the map
On
over
the
here,
right side.
down here.
Down right.
Right. Ah!
The moment
I'm good.
it was seen.
Okay, it's on the way there. There we go. That's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not fucking bad.
Yeah, we just have to circle around the entire continent.
Uh,
It's not bad at all.
we can knock out the lighthouses while we're at it.
Yeah, we could
Yeah.
like hit up the top 3, and then I guess just kind of make our way downland. Because
Yes.
you already know Enna's not letting us go past White Bell.
Oh yeah. But the last thing I will mention, I put it in session prep just because I don't know if anyone else can see it. But D made a special logo for the.
Oh, that's adorable.
I
I
know.
love that. That's
It's
amazing.
great. Amazing.
I
He
love
always
it.
makes me press.
Alrighty, Roo. So, just last thing before we begin is up at the top, beside landing page, there's a new page called Drawing Page. It is literally just for y'all to like draw plans or anything, or like if we have some confusion about like layout when we're doing any sort of
Okay.
theater of the mind stuff, like quick sketches on here.
He thinks of everything. Look at the flame.
Alrighty, right.
I got
Wait,
it.
no, I shouldn't do that on stream.
Hold on. Hold on. Where's? Hold on. I got this.
Alright, I'll
Yes.
Right, collaborative.
Oh, it's turning into Donald Duck.
Hey!
Oh, Holly knows what's up.
He has the ear as well, doesn't he?
Simpson.
The Simpson.
You've been homered.
The Simpson.
The Sim.
Barm.
Yeah. Farm. Oh, his neck! His neck is so like constrained.
Yikes.
You have to draw like tight lines there that show that his neck is being squeezed.
I am not an artist. And then we just do that. There we go. He's done.
Are that Alice's arms?
Yes.
Alright, okay.
Okay.
Let's get to the game. So,
Yep. D&D!
D&D, so I'm glad you all know where that is and how that works now. So,
Just as a question, everything you told me about the last 2 weeks, is that going to be on the test?
yes.
Fuck.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
you have the notes to look back on.
I'm going to be squeezing every last bit of my 8 intelligence.
Professor, is it open notebook?
If it's open notebook, I win every time.
No. Right, okay.
Ah, shit. We're all gonna fail.
Probably. Now
Tests
we're
are meant to be difficult.
16. Yeah.
Right, okay. So, welcome back to Eternal Bridge. It is,
Pitch black, is that normal?
is it?
Okay, it's normal for me at the moment. Oh, but is it just me?
We might
It's-
just not have
it's-
tokens.
You do
It's
have
hard to know.
tokens.
It's-
I'll pop your tokens back in, but you should be able to see. The stream can see you.
I'm refreshing my page.
wait, because I've just deleted your tokens to try and bring them back in as a test.
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, I'm back. I exist again.
Oh, there's two of me.
Is
Oh,
there?
Corda!
Yeah, there's one right here on my end.
Well,
I don't.
um,
I'm blind.
really? Still?
Don't worry, I got you.
I'll refresh.
I'm blind. I'll refresh my page as well.
Yeah, no, you'll be fine after you refresh. It's just
I'm alive. I'm dead.
I'm setting fires everywhere.
It's just a loading thing. You'll be fine.
All right. So
I'm baby.
after the events of last session, Corda presumably comes back up to retrieve the
Amulet.
amulet. After a very sobering thought that Sigurd might lose it. So
Hey!
She kind of stumbles up, probably a bit hungover, and says, like, "Yeah, it's not that I don't trust you. It's that well, I need to take care of my own things. Don't."
I was gonna give you like I feel like Sigurd just gives her a pat on the back as he hands the amulet back. Like, no worries, so good. Are you all right?
Yeah.
You've been drunk for about like a week.
It's like, yeah. I've done worse. Don't worry about it. I've done worse.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Screen view. Toggle camera. There. Okay. All right. Doesn't work. Okay. So. As you all meet up again in the interior of the bridge, the kobolds have gotten to work, kind of fixing everything as quick as possible, and it is very, very fast. The teamwork that they kind of show is incredible as they like stand on each other's shoulders and like become human ladders as they pass materials up, things like that. The speed that they do things is very, very very efficient. So what's left is Nerdy Mugs, this guy who doesn't have his name displayed.
He's got fancy little glasses
This fucking guy.
and a trowel for some reason.
Well, you know, I might need to never know when you need to dig an enemy's grave.
I don't think you can dig very well on these wooden boards.
Oh, you just don't have enough determination.
Fair enough.
Alright. That goes there, that goes there, then it goes that. There we go. Right. So, as you find yourselves in this room, Noglu, the one down here, has got a little bit of a pink hue to her skin, is mute and speaks in sign language. So,
I forgot to mention they speak in sign language.
Noglu was really, really loving up on Sigurd because of him saving her.
I'm glad I found her. You know, the odds of me like just initially going with you and leaving were kind of high, but I was like, no, there's gonna be another one, I bet. And I found her.
well, the rule of three, as they say. So, as you all kind of reconvene in this room, the three kobolds that you saved begin a sort of magic ritual together. You see as each of them sits down, crosses their legs, and closes their eyes before just holding their hands out in front of them. As they do so, a bright light kind of starts to emanate out of them into the center, into the sigil. Meanwhile, Fankus, the guy who appears to have some sort of leadership role down here, is reading in Draconic from a scroll at the top here. Does anybody know Draconic?
I don't believe I do.
I
Nope, I just know Dwarvish.
I know Dwarvish and Giant.
love the fact that we always
Yep.
have a language that all of us know. All of us know Dwarvish for some reason.
It makes
Well,
Gee,
sense.
it's
well,
almost like we live on a continent where it's all dwarves.
Pretty much, yeah. That's what I was gonna say.
I
Yeah.
mean,
My dad was
surprisingly, we haven't run into as many dwarves as I thought we have.
my
But
dad was a dwarf.
I
My
see.
dad was a very tall dwarf.
He was.
You know, he's a six. My dad was almost as tall as me, and he was a dwarf.
Nice, but no one speaks Draconic.
All right. Okay. So you don't understand the things that the kobolds are saying, but Fankus up at the top here is seemingly via his body language, you can kind of discern that he is instructing the other three kobolds about like what to do while they're almost in this meditative state. As that continues, you see the eggs that they focus their magic on begin to glow gently. The eggs, then after a moment or several, begin to have, as though etched into it just by light, the symbol that is on the back of these three kobolds' necks. Can I get a religion check and a arcana check? So what? Don't do both. Pick the one that you're better at.
Both of them are a straight roll for me, but Arcana makes more sense.
Religion makes more sense for Sigurd as it's randomly worked better, even though he's got negative in both.
I'm stupid. I'm stupid as fuck.
You're gonna get the best
gonna
there.
go-
So
I'm gonna go religion.
Not
Rules out of Bible.
Every once in a time, this stupid squad is like, "Yep, we know what's going on."
have
Oh,
you
yeah,
heard
yeah,
about
this-
our Lord and Savior?
This is exact.
Oh God, Corda's a Jehovah's Witness.
Oh no!
No, she's a Fankus's witness.
Thank you.
Right.
Glass
Okay.
15. Glass 15. 12.
All right. So.
Good sigil.
All right. Because you are all actually fairly bad at the specific checks that we've required. Your information is limited, but it will be. Do you know what? The best thing I can do is ask you, Corda, where do you think you might have heard some information about kobolds from that you could have took this reference from?
Oh God, who is the nerd on top of the ship? I'm trying to think if we had maybe. This is me trying to justify my nat 20, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. I will justify this with Stu, obviously, great influence on Corda. Taught her everything she knows. And while a lot of it went in one ear and out the other, every now and then, he would, in their travels, they would come across a wide variety of different cultures across Öskular, and one of them being the practices of small draconic creatures and the nature of their rituals and religions. And that's something that Stu had a bit of knowledge on from his own travels, so he passed some of that down to Corda. And she recalls a little bit of information taught to her by her dad. It's sort of like a little flashback of like a young pup, like kind of watching dad as they're both kind of seeing kobolds doing a ritual.
Perfect. Wonderful. Sigurd, your 10 is not enough, and Enna, your 13 is like some very kind of generic knowledge. So we're going to stick with Corda's here for this this information. So, as you witness what the kobolds are doing here, Corda, you mostly look past the magic that they're performing onto the eggs, and instead your eyes are drawn to the sigil, or the sigil as they call it, that the eggs themselves rest upon. It is huge, ancient, and with a clear kind of draconic theme. It's like an Ouroboros. It's a dragon eating its own tail. Now the subtleties and the nuances of these the symbolism is going to go right over Corda's head, but what she does kind of pick up on and realize is they are treating this like it is some sort of blessed religious structure, something to pray upon, something or to pray onto, and things like that. But you recognize some of the shapes as actually a sealing ritual. You're not too sure what or why or how or when, but this very old structure that they are praying at is actually designed to imprison something.
Oh.
And it's very powerful looking.
Sigurd, I imagine Sigurd on a 10 is like, I wonder if all gods like each other. And then he starts like copying Enna and is like praying toward the starlight apparition. Just like quietly like in the corner, just sitting down, like looking at the thing and just imagining.
Corda, yeah, she thinks like she's kind of staring at the kobolds, then looking at the sigils, and then like flashback to her and Stu, and then back in the present day, she thinks this is for sealing something. I've seen this before.
And that's out loud you said that? Or inside?
Yeah, basically loud enough for the other two to hear.
Alright.
I mean, based off what at least we think Noglu was trying to tell us, we think that it might be protecting them from being taken. At least that's what I gleaned from what she could tell us for being mute.
I imagine it's trying to seal some sort of opening between hell and here?
Maybe sealing an opening for just that possession. Some sort of protection.
Well, I mean, in theory, I'm not really religious, but my dad did talk a lot about that. When he was alive. But so, what if perhaps the ritual that they're doing is kind of twofold? If the sigil itself is blocking whatever hole it is from opening up to hell, maybe by placing their eggs on it at the same time as they're sealing like the demon, like the hole to hell, they're also imprinting like the little sign on their neck to kind of seal themselves in their own body so they don't get like possessed by something else.
So they're sealing the devils in here, and they're
And
sealing,
sealing
their own
themselves.
souls.
Yes, I think.
Interesting theory. So, with that, one of the eggs begins to hatch. It is the one that Nerty is focusing on over here. It quivers and shakes before a couple of cracks form and a small kobold's head peeks out the top. Pink and fleshy and without very much in the way of scales. It
Oh, I'm meaning to close that. Whoops.
Alright. It already has this mark on the back of its neck as Nerdy picks it up and carries the baby kobold away. Meanwhile, another kobold comes in and with an egg sets it down and begins the same prayer process.
Well, whatever these little guys are doing, seems like they know what it is and they're getting quite effective at it.
Should we just leave them to it and be on our way?
I suppose so.
Try to know glue, but I don't want to take her away from her ritual.
Of course not. She's with her people. I understand why you want to keep her safe, though.
Keep her.
I will say, though, before we do head back to the ship, I would like to do a little bit of shopping whenever they get everything squared away.
I was just thinking we could use some more rope.
I did notice. Yeah, you have like. What is that? 150 fucking feet of rope.
Well, no. All of that is gone now.
It's all gone.
Well,
No. The 100 feet.
Oh, what
the hell was that?
Okay.
God.
Was that Kobold Jesus?
Kobold Jesus arrived. With my nat 20, I summoned Kobold Jesus.
Yeah, no, the rope in the party inventory, that's still there, but me and Sigurd used
I
ours.
recognized the sealing magic was powerful, but fucking hell, I didn't realize that much.
I have no.
You haven't the foggiest how you've done that, have you?
I will say, I know I could see how you would accidentally do that. I've done it before, but I won't spoil it because that's all back end stuff.
That was funny.
It's very funny.
Alrighty, Ray. So, alright, with that, it says the kobold height exceeds the ceiling. There's a pop-up I just got. Right, okay, so.
That's a really funny thing to see.
Okay, so, with that, you take your leave and head upstairs. So let's bring you up
Good, we don't have to walk through the whole thing again.
to 100. Is that right? No, 60. That 60.
Just instantly
60.
teleports 50 feet above the thing and just falls. Yippee! Okay. Hey, look, it's permanent.
Alrighty. So. Music's playing. Yeah, okay. I will put on.
I cannot.
Shopping music. Yay!
It's just like the Wii channel shopping music.
Chat.
He all of a sudden puts on battle music. Like, what the hell's about to happen?
Why do I hear boss
It's,
music?
No, exactly. Why do I hear boss music?
I'm trying to remember. I was doing so much random music.
Alright. So. Heading upstairs, you arrive at the marketplace. So, Corda, what you might have missed again last week is just that this is a very famous kind of continent-wide famous bridge because it is multi-layered and has a market the whole way across.
That's sick as fuck.
It reminds me of an idea I had for a tavern that I called the Tipsy Nomad. It was basically just a tavern built on top of a suspension bridge.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
I actually built it in Minecraft.
Hey, cool.
Never thought about Minecraft being a great reference point for D&D stuff.
Oh
You
yeah.
can play D Minecraft if you really wanted to.
Every square is 5 foot.
True.
Holy shit!
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
The only issue
Alright.
would be detailing, I think. Anyway.
Yeah.
Take a lot of energy. But I remember Sigurd was like, yes, I remember coming here once or twice with my dad. I want to eat food here.
Mm-hmm.
And Anna's never been here herself. She just knows about it through Premenor, and obviously the fact that it is continent-wide, well-known.
Mm.
Nice to set foot on this area. This time, no robbing anything.
Do I have...
Sigurd's going to ignore that he heard that and just keeps walking.
Alrighty, Ruth. So, I will drop for you. Let's drop you to there. Wait. Oh no. What have I done? I am an idiot. Da, 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 da. There we go.
The Anvil of Truth.
The Anvil. Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I just threw random words.
The Anvil of Truth. Right, okay, that definitely shouldn't be at the tomato store. Right, doesn't really matter too much.
Nope.
But in general, I'm just going to let you, I'm going to place some shops around and let you kind of click around and gather whatever you might want to gather while you're here. And we can get back to the game pretty soon. So, I need the general store. There we go. And then...
We came across one other aquatic creature. Was... Hold on, let me look at my bag. That will tell me. There is... So we had... Aberrant meat.
Alright, okay, so the store's all about the place there. Feel free to engage and buy what you want. In the meantime, I will describe the scene. So you see quite a few of the kobolds kind of popping out of the little hidden hatches within their stalls. You also see some fairly wary-looking travelers, kind of like walking onto the bridge as they see all the construction. As they walk past, they say, "Bridge must have nearly collapsed again. Oh, those kobolds. They build a good bridge, but it don't last very long, does it?" As they're like traveling around, like other people are starting to check shops, and you see Permanor sitting down having a drink with a very shaky hand. And then
Well, excuse me.
you all can let me know if you have finished shopping as well. You should be able to double click on them. Does it work for everybody?
Yeah,
Um,
works.
I'm looking.
I will
at
say,
stuff.
before I do what I want to do, I'm planning on selling my short bow and wrist bow because I'm actually not proficient in either of them.
Sure thing.
And now that I have Quicken Dispel, I don't really have a use for the wrist bow. Before I sell either of them, do either of you guys want them?
Not particularly.
Another one, eh?
There's
Do
the
what you
normal
do.
rope. Chain.
Because if not, I'm also going to wind up selling all my arrows and stuff.
Yeah.
Also, do we still want to get those Balgura horns turned into drinking horns?
I reckon we could, yeah.
I still have those from like session 3.
Yeah, we ought, you know, we really ought to do it.
You may do that today, yeah.
Grab 2 of these just in case.
Nice. Okay. Does it really matter where we sell our items?
No.
Can we just kind of do that anywhere? Okay.
I think it's just flat.
Okay.
Ooh, I can get spices.
Yeah.
Sigurd's
I just
gonna have a
imagine
good
Sigurd
day.
doing this salt meme, just like just salts the freaking aberrant meat, and everyone's like, "We're not eating that." And he's like, "Suit yourself." He just chows down.
Starts growing tentacles out of his instead of whiskers.
Yeah.
All right.
What's all the wee dust that you keep buying there, Sigurd?
Hmm? Oh, this? These are spices.
Why the spice? Well, you don't need a spice. It's too hot.
You put no. I don't like heat spices. I like spices. You know, gives it a little like flavor.
What's wrong with a good slab of meat?
Just a pure raw slab of meat is great. Don't get me wrong. But now imagine you sprinkle a little bit of spice on, and then you sear it, and then you put it in the oven, and it's like, it's good and juicy, and it's great. Trust me.
As long as it fills the belly, I suppose. But it sort of just seems like it takes up space in your bag, doesn't it?
He looks in his bag at all the random stuff he has.
I can't remember. Have you got basically a bag of holding for food? I can't remember if
Yes.
that's you do. Okay.
I do. I have a separate bag for that.
He gazes into the abyss, and the abyss smells delicious.
um,
Oh my god, I could sell my quiver for 1 electrum. Ew.
I think I'm in the minority.
Baby's first electrum coin.
I think I'm in the minority of the people that are actually like, Electrum, it's not cool, but it's okay.
Not
I'm
cool,
okay.
man.
I'm okay with Electrum, and then everyone online is like, why? It's like the worst thing ever. Side note, I'm gonna put these back in the party inventory because they are weighing me down quite a bit.
Alrighty, Root.
So
So,
much.
Quick question, D. Do you know how much off the top of your head glass bottles are?
how much they cost?
Yeah, because I've actually been keeping track every time I use a potion.
Oh, okay. Sure. sure.
There's a guy in the shop There's a guy in this shop selling glass bottles for 2 gold.
Which one?
The one that has an apple on it.
Oh,
Not my normal rope.
I think I might be stupid.
He sells glass bottles for 2 gold.
There it is.
And
I see him.
Vials for 1 gold. And jugs for 2 copper.
Okay, I see the glass bottles. Okay, so I have 7 glass bottles, but I wrote them in as empty bottles.
Sure.
So that'll be 14 gold. Just
Oh,
put it in the side chat. That
They're
did not
just-
show up in the side chat. Okay,
They're just 1 gold.
so I will have that. Okay.
Does anyone see normal rope, not silk rope?
Uh,
I don't know. Rope's rope, you know?
I don't.
Well, is silk rope too fancy for you?
Well, I'm sorry.
I'm worried it'll
Stone
snap.
fruit looks like a papaya.
It is.
I was waiting for him to notice. Yeah, it is.
Oh my god!
It's a fruit that's got a stone in it, you know?
Yeah, you know. It's the normal.
My, I must say, the fruit selection here is quite excellent. How have you been?
Sorry, my internet disconnected randomly there. Okay. Well, if it
Okay,
isn't
I
Brightwood.
thought I was going crazy.
He says, I must thank you for warning me to get out while the getting's good, I suppose. How are things at home? Been a long time since I've seen that father of yours.
Honestly, I could say the same, actually. When everything started kind of, to put it bluntly, going to shite, I came home that night and Mom and Dad were gone. All I have left is this note and my dad's cane.
They've gone on important business and returned soon. Well, it sounds like you should have stayed home.
I wish I could have. As it turns out, for a while there, I was actually one of the taken, but thankfully, nice Dragonborn actually managed to save me and the other 2 party members you see over there.
And you just see Corda and Sigurd just randomly spouting off some
Like
knowledge.
arguing about spices.
It's like, yeah, this is what spices is.
Say, that isn't Sigurd the Cannibal, is it?
You know, you've seen, at least I'm assuming, you've seen people who, when they get taken, they're not themselves anymore, right?
Well, I tend to avoid most of them. But yes. He was taken, was he?
Yes, thankfully, as I said, a nice, kind Dragonborn actually saved the 3 of us, our last party members, back on our ship meditating.
Oh, fair enough.
He's not proud of what he did. And
Ah.
so, all of us did things while we were taken. We're kind of just trying to
Well,
clear our names.
frankly, I was going to ask if I could speak to him. You know me, I'm a purveyor of exotic meats.
Oh, did someone say exotic meats?
Yeah.
Hello, Sigurd the Cannibal. Nice to meet you. I've heard great things.
I have a name?
Ah, you're famous now, Sigurd. Look at that.
Oh.
Apparently you do, Sigurd.
Oh, okay. And you see, I imagine this is the I'm imagining he's at the bottom table. So Sigurd just like lays out his like special bag of all his like foods and all of his things, and you can see there's like, I don't remember if the crab meat was normal crab at the lighthouse, but I know I did get like 5 pieces of that.
All
And then I
right. Basically,
have,
it
like-
was 1 massive crab worth 5
Yeah.
normal crabs, I think.
Yeah, so it's giant crab meat, and then you got some aberrant meat, and he's just like, so, what can I do for you? And
Well, isn't all of this very fascinating? As he's looking at looking at the meat, and he looks at the aberrant meat, and he picks it up, and he goes, "So this is what Tannoy meat looks like."
That's not
Fascinating.
Tannoy meat. Trust me.
Hey.
We got that from this creature that was like, and he's like using his arm. He's like really long, and it's got tentacle. It's really weird. But
I'll
no,
actually
that's
use
not Tannoy meat.
prestidigitation to try my best to like make an image of what it was. That was when we were mermaids, right?
I think so.
That was, yeah. I think that was from the creature at the top, though, while we were still on the boat. But as he brings up Thanoi meat, he's like, no. Thanoi meat is much more fatty than this. This is all nice and lean. Trust me,
see.
Thanoi does not taste good. Terrible. Unless you like fat.
He's taken like very rigorous notes. And any other races you've eaten? Recommendations.
He looks at Enna and Corda and wonders whether or not they're okay with him saying anything.
Anna's just looking bewildered that you're so open to talking about this.
Corda is very entertained.
Okay, so since Enna is not like super into it, but Corda is, Sigurd's gonna pull over Corda, and he's gonna make sure Permador's like leaning into the table, so it's like a secret thing, and he just goes, "I haven't tried any, but I heard that Corda here has tried some special kind of meat. What was that again that you ate in the forest?"
Oh my god, that's right. Corda ate elf.
I didn't forget.
Was it elf? Was it
Yeah,
elf?
it was elf.
Right, okay.
I don't know if it was elf or half elf,
I
but it
think,
was elf.
yeah, we'll say elf.
Yeah.
Elf!
By the way, you're looking at an elf, right?
I'm looking at I'm looking at an elf right now. I look at Permanor and then I look at Sigurd and I say, it's alright.
Anyway.
But did you say it was elf, or did you? No.
I didn't say what
Okay.
it was.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway.
Sigurd's just like, Corda had a really special kind of meat, didn't you, Corda? And she's like, yeah, it was alright.
I don't know what it was, but personally, for me, I think sticking to animals or aberrant animals is my preferred meat.
Oh, certainly. No, this is all purely research.
Of course, research.
Well, I must thank you very much for your time, but I have a little hunting to do. So,
Before you do that, might I make a recommendation? I'm assuming, does Sigurd have a map?
a map.
Yeah.
You all share a map, yeah. So you can like.
I imagine
Corda,
Sigurd
yeah,
just
Corda-
takes out the map and he
Corda.
like lays it out, and he points specifically toward the northern Frostholm area, and he just says, "If I were you, I would personally avoid this area. I hear there's some cult practices, and I would hate for gentlemen such as yourself to get harmed by this. I also would recommend maybe being a little bit cautious about going into Ostkammer. I hear there's some trouble, some civil war brewing."
Oh dear. As for the north, though, I must admit, merchants like myself are fairly welcome up there. Cults gotta eat, as they say.
Absolutely. Just be mindful of yourself.
Very well, I appreciate your concern.
And if you do sell any meat to a cult, make sure you poison it.
Well, that's not very good for return business, is it?
I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Very good. Farewell, Enna and Sigurd the Cannibal and Corda, the other possible cannibal. My notes are very limited on you. Okay, goodbye.
Well, I suppose times are changing for everyone. I do not remember him being that exotic.
And Sigurd just goes, "Did I make that bad of an impression?"
No, I think from the sound of it, you made his night.
Oh, Yay!
Did they always have a thing for eating folk?
No. But Anna, you will remember that like he would sell things like crocodile meat and stuff like that, like meat that other people wouldn't normally have so readily available.
I mean, I wouldn't say any sort of humanoids, but I mean, crocodile, snake, sometimes a few badgers.
Yeah,
Ooh, I want to try badger now.
very tough. Very, very tough.
Yeah, from what I hear. But if it's less fatty, good.
Alright.
Like jerky, we could make it jerky.
God, I'm getting flashbacks to when I was playing in another campaign, and my fiance and one of our friends made false Hydra jerky.
Yes.
Yeah. Like you mentioned before.
Yep.
Alrighty, right. Has everybody finished their shopping?
I think just about. I just need to know, like, I guess where technically I should take the Belgora horns to make beer horns.
Oh, okay, yeah. You could go to the kind of blacksmith or why are all of them called jewelers? That's weird.
I figured it was just you trying to get stuff down.
Yeah. So yeah. You just go to this guy up here, the leather worker. So they'll
I
do
can make
that.
bread with it.
Can you not buy bread?
I can, but I can also make in-house bread.
So you got 2 Balgora horns. I will edit these for you real quick.
Thank you.
Yeah. I need to back out just for a moment. Do you know what? We'll take this as an opportunity to have a quick break. I'm
That is
gonna grab
perfect
myself
because I
some
feel my
water.
bladder. I feel my bladder about to explode. 3 drinks was not a good idea.
All right,
Nope.
back in a minute. This stream is sponsored by Patreon Supporter Legends. Are you ready to embark on an adventure in the world of Corda Ren? Join us as we delve into the realm of fantasy and imagination, where heroes are forged and legends are born. With our exclusive Patreon tiers, you can become part of the action like never before. From the local hero tier to the esteemed Dastardly Dungeon Master tier, there's a level for every aspiring adventurer. Unleash the power of iconic characters such as Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, Joker from DC, or even my favorite, Spampton from Deltarune, with our custom stat blocks and character options. Whether you're a seasoned veteran or a novice hero, there's always room for you in our expanding universe. Immerse yourself in a world of intrigue, danger, and magic as you embark on thrilling quests and daring escapades. Join forces with fellow patrons, battle fearsome foes, and claim your rightful place among the supporter legends. So what are you waiting for? Take the first step on your journey today. Visit our Patreon page and become a legend in your own right. Adventure awaits, hero. Will you?
It's a villain.
The worker over there, said that these actually have a strange property.
Property?
Anything we
She's,
put in...
she's already halfway pouring a bottle of whiskey in there.
What whiskey?
What's gonna happen?
Sigurd's like,
You
yeah.
see the whiskey start to steam.
Oh,
Yeah, it heats up liquid that we put in there. I mean,
oh.
he believes it shouldn't scald your tongue or anything, but
Am I hearing free hot chocolate?
I suppose you are, Sigurd. I mean,
You're hearing free hot. You have to provide the chocolate.
Fair enough.
Who the fuck want-
Is
like,
there any?
you-
I don't think
you
there's any chocolate here though.
You see Court, like, she's looking at the whiskey, like, in the drinking horn, and she just looks so disappointed.
here,
Who-
and I pull
who wants
out my
to-
tankard. Here, Holly, Corda, pour it in here.
Who wants to drink boiling hot whiskey?
It's not boiling. It's like a nice cup of tea.
I don't know want to drink warm whiskey.
Corda, trust me, just pour it in here. As I'm holding out a tankard.
She pours it in the tankard.
And you see prestidigitation go off. It is now chilled.
Yeah,
Ah.
there you go. Drink.
See, I knew there was a reason we kept you around.
Anna, did you put it in the tankard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holly has no idea.
As a precaution.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the only other like drinking vessel I had.
Yeah. Did you get your bottles, by the way?
Oh no, I sold them.
All the empty ones?
Yeah, I sold the empty bottles. They were 2 gold apiece. That's 14 extra gold.
Oh my gosh. That's funny because the shop's like, yeah, you can have them for free. They're just empty bottles. It's funny though.
So yeah, Holly, your drinking horn is in the party inventory if you want to snag that.
How many
Okay.
citrus do I have left? I got
Nice.
20.
What kind of shenanigans do you think we can do with that?
We get to probably think of something interesting.
We pour water inside it, and then we blind somebody by pouring scalding hot water in their eyes.
It's
not-
warm.
not- It's just warm. It's like a nice cup of tea.
I was about to say, to be fair,
Oh, have you ever made a cup of tea? That's just fucking hot.
yeah, it is. But so, I'm trying to think, what's worse, hot water in eyes, or whiskey in eyes? I don't, you know,
True.
I don't know.
Hot whiskey. There you go.
Yeah.
Hot whiskey would hurt.
I mean, there are hot toddies though. Some drinks work. Back to the Stonebreaker.
This beautiful moving boat. You yourself could own this moving boat. If you subscribe to the new patron.
Have you ever wanted to own a boat that moves? Are your boats all stationary and boring? Then head to the Patreon where you can get moving boats. That currently don't move. They're boring and stationary.
God, it's like a game company saying it'll be good after a few updates.
Yeah,
Oh my
exactly. I'm not actually selling any of my maps at the moment. I'm just uploading them for now, and then I need to get the seller's license before I can sell them. And then once I've done all that there, but I'm currently trying to get a bit of a catalog of them going before I actually try and sell any of them. So I think having one map, for example, to sell is kind of not particularly useful or attractive. So, alrighty, Roo. So you arrive back on the Stormbreaker. Everybody is mostly sobered up now. You see, what do you call him? Captain Stormbreaker. This is why I called. This is why the ship and him have the same name. Easier for me, right?
Correct.
You see Captain Stormbreaker, tipping a whiskey bottle upside down and like absolutely nothing coming out of it as he just chucks it overboard because we don't live in a world where we know about global warming. So,
Can I
or
try to catch up with Mage Hand?
Anna knows about the environment. Anna knows that we need to look after animals.
No,
Right.
she just wants extra money from selling their glass bottles.
Oh,
I'm
no.
recycling!
You're recycling, yeah.
I'm
Alright.
recycling into money.
Yeah. Yeah, you catch it before turtle finds its way, like, inside. Right. Okay, yeah, you catch the bottle, and Stormbreaker just kind of like gives you like a raised eyebrow with confusion before you continue. He says, as the ship continues, and I will move Stormbreaker as he heads. Oh, actually, I need to make him go up the stairs. I forgot about that stuff. He says before he heads up to the helm that won't be long now until we've reached our destination. As far as I can bring you, anyway. Until this ship grows legs, and or you find an amulet that lights it. I'll be dropping you off at a little town called Frostholm.
Does the river path not go all the way through the continent?
Don't believe so.
Is it Frostholm where we're wanting to go?
Yeah,
Or where
but
we don't want to go?
don't you see how the river extends outward?
Back into the sea.
Yeah, which is what we're looking for.
Oh no, you wanted to go to Frostholm, and then you're making your way up to Devil's Gambit. So like stopping
I thought
anywhere.
we were going to the. I was about to say I thought we were going to the camp.
Oh, I see.
All the time.
So
Yeah,
we can do both. I was just because I remember originally when we were at Ozcammer, at the Adventurers Guild, they wanted help at the Coast Watch camp, and we were like, we can't cross that mountain, even though Sigurd was like, we can totally cross that mountain. But so we went down and around, and then I don't know. I'm gonna metagame here for a second. I don't know what that is on the map by Frostholm, but it scares me.
Well, if it's scary, nobody did anything by being scared. I want to dive headfirst into the heart of danger and fuck around and find out. I want to go to Frostholm.
We can go to Frostholm's the closest we can go to. I'm just saying, him dropping us off is a little weird.
Oh,
Danger.
And we can't get to, because we need to get to the lighthouses.
well, I said I'd bring you around the mountains, and that's what I'm doing.
Fair enough.
I do have
We can
other
do
things
that.
to do, so.
Fair enough. We'll have to buy our own boat.
And from there, it is going to be a bit of a journey. So, you may all take your long rests. I'm pretty sure I actually already did it for you, but just in case, you might as well long rest here. While we're doing that, I'll tell you what your new little symbols are on your hotbar. They are, if you just hover over them, it'll give you a name that above them. It should do anyway. And it's to use your infernal guidance or your infernal telepathy, and is linked to your actual mark, so it'll use the charges for you and things like that.
Ah, I forgot. We did do that. I got screwed over last time by it.
Yeah.
Never again.
All right.
Never again.
So, from there, you take your long rest, and you continue to travel overnight. As you do so, let me.
D6.
So, the night itself is fairly uneventful, although you do. Let's see. Now I'll roll this again. Alright. So, we do have a single thing. Let's see if I can find.
Warrior pack up here. Why didn't I do that? Oh wait, I have chips.
You have what?
Better alternative.
Oh, Arctic. Is that where it is?
Hmm?
Do you see? Ah, perfect. Okay, right. So,
Mm-mm. Oh no.
What? What's up?
Oh no.
all right.
Oh no.
So, as I said,
Yep.
fairly uneventful.
Yep.
But
So fun.
Sigurd, you
Yep.
are
Mm-hmm.
while you sleep.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say, I don't know if anyone else can see this, but I can see it.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
As we get, I'm blind.
I cannot see. I'm
My
legally
character,
blind.
my friend decided to make himself blind in our campaign. Like, normally the DM is like, you contract a disease, you become blind. No. He's like, I want to be given cancer. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm going to make the stages. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, one of the stages, it just makes me blind. And I'm like, why are you doing this? He's like, enjoyment. And I'm like, why?
That
Oh,
kind of goes hard. Yeah, that goes hard.
all right. Okay. I mean, could have went magic cancer. Could have put like just normal cancer. Right. Whatever. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Sigurd.
Yep.
We are asleep. Everybody's asleep.
I notice. The waves are weird.
As you open your eyes, you find yourself on the beach. You find yourself at the site of your father's funeral. On top of the pyre, still burning, is your father. Oh, everything's going wrong there. He sits up. From his lying position as the flames still lick away at his flesh, torching his clothes, and turns on the spot before lowering himself down onto the sand and snow, the snow evaporating at his feet. You see all of the other Tanoi around you completely frozen in time. They are seemingly oblivious to this this demon you see in front of you. The demon itself is smoky, but you can see the form hiding within. So essentially everybody else at this current moment can only see like a bit of smoke. There's no panic yet, but you can see
So
the
wait.
demon.
So just to clarify, My father is turned toward me, so my father is somewhat moving, and
Yeah.
the demon is also able to move.
The demon is also frozen, but you can see it like heading towards your father, but it's like frozen on in its place. Meanwhile, father gets up out of the burning pyre. As he does so, he steps down and towards you. The flames singeing his whiskers and illuminating his eyes with almost a vision of hell as you see the flames kind of like flicker in his eyes.
Oh.
He walks towards you very slowly. You feel paralyzed. You feel almost as frozen as those around you, but you're still able to move your head. Sigurd, my boy. A cannibal, I taught you better than that.
Sigurd is completely ignoring his father and just looking at the smoke.
Father turns around, looks at the smoke, follows your gaze. Then he looks back at you.
And Sigurd just goes, you know, my father was the best chef in the world. Whether that's you or not, I don't know. And as he says that, he's looking directly at the figure of his father.
Do you remember the last thing I told you?
Do you?
To protect the innocent and make good food.
I remember.
Sigurd, you are not the creature that stands for you. You are not like Moses.
Hi.
But he is you. And he wants to come back. And you see the everything kind of like immediately come back to life. You see the smoke kind of jump into your father. Your father starts attacking, and you see all of the other Tannoy starting to panic and get possessed. As your father, in his last kind of last bit of awareness, pushes you back out of the way. You see as he does so, he says, "Protect the innocent," and your head slams into the snow beneath you, jolting you awake.
As I wake up, I just say, and make good food. See you soon, Father. And then I'm immediately gonna start prepping, like, a huge breakfast.
Alrighty, Roo. So let's get. There we go. Back to nice music.
After that hellscape.
Yep, I'm used to that. Let's see. Let us have...
should we get you some help?
Sounds good. I'm thinking... Well, there's 3 of us, so... I suppose, can I just make 3 hero sandwiches?
Yeah.
Awesome. Right. Hey! That is gonna be 7 temp HP for everyone.
Thank you.
Alrighty, Roo. So, as everybody wakes up to the smell of some great food being prepared, likely with a little bit of extra spice, I imagine this time. You hear Ruffle shout from somewhere up above. Land ahoy! Land ahoy!
I mean, yeah, there's land on the other side of us.
Immediate, like, burst of laughter comes from Sigurd as he tries to gently tap Anna on the back because he doesn't want to, like, knock her forward. He goes, I suppose you're right, Anna, there is in fact land on either side of us.
With that, we make port on the shabby, decrepit-looking docks outside of a very small, shabby, decrepit-looking village. Because all villages are shabby and decrepit, right?
Ah.
In D&D,
Have to put the in D&D afterwards.
In game.
I know we live in the UK, so
I know, yeah. Alright, so, Let me do that.
You know what I'm thinking about? I don't think the concept of a village even exists in the USA anymore.
I mean, it must.
no, you just have houses that go along roads.
Yeah, in the UK, a village is any collection of houses that have a post office. So if there's a collection of houses that doesn't have a post office, it's a hamlet or smaller.
I see. But at some point, when it becomes bigger, it becomes like a town, right?
Probably needs a town hall, I imagine.
I live in a village, so yeah, it's pretty small.
I grew up in a hamlet, so we didn't have a post office or anything. It was like 1,000 people. It was boring, to say the least.
I feel that.
Alrighty, Roo. So, we sat down in Frostholm, and what I'm going to do, super quick, actually, is head over to Frostholm myself, wall you guys off so you can't see what's up ahead.
You have a safe journey.
And actually, do you know what I can do here? Is let's bring back our Where is it? Toggle navigation.
The dinghy?
Activate. This is better. Right.
Yay!
Oh,
I
we
forgot
still have
about five.
6 or
Oh,
5. I
thought
can't
it was
remember.
5.
Is it 5?
Hold on, let me check the notes.
Let me check the generator.
Oh, shit. I'm trying to think. What session was that? Yep, it's 5.
Okay.
One of the many benefits of taking notes, which
Mhm.
I've not been doing all session.
All right. Okay. So, as you hop off of the, and you know what? I'll bring him back. This one over here is a storage tent now.
I love it.
Okay, so as you hop off of the Stormbreaker, Captain Stormbreaker gives Corda. Yeah, he probably gives Anna a nice hug as well, and like everybody else. But he gives Corda a very big hug. But
Sigurd is gonna give each of them an orange on his way out. And be like, make sure you don't get scurvy now.
he looks very pleased at the orange.
Excellent.
He says, "I'm a vegetarian, you know."
Well, I must say, if we do manage to somehow save the world from being taken over by demons, if you ever feel like you needing a drink on the eastern side of Öskular, drop by White Bill. I might be able to work something out and get you all a few rounds.
I certainly hope so. Very good.
Thank you for everything you've done.
Oh, thank you. Fixed up my ship. Better than ever. And, well, it's been an adventure. It's good to get back out in the open
Is
sea.
he holding on to the amulet, or is he giving it to Corda?
Corda
Yeah, we
has
are
it.
doing. Yeah, of course.
Awesome.
I've got it.
Just want to make sure.
Thank you, Captain.
Good luck. No. I hope you find the rest of your crew. As
Me too. Me too.
he climbs back up onto the ship, and they sail away. All right. So basically, from there, because we're no longer on our ship, you start. We're going to be setting up camps again as you travel on land. So here we are, back at our campsite.
I did miss the campsite. It's a really nice campsite.
Yeah.
So you are not very far away from Frostholm. In general, Frostholm's you're on your path to where you need to go. Can I get a perception check, please?
Yay, perception.
Yay, perception. We love perception checks.
It's 16.
That's only a 12.
17.
All right.
Dang, Corda, I didn't realize being off the ocean was so, like, I need to be on guard.
I feel like Enna, like, immediately, like, as she steps on land, she's like, too solid, something's wrong. Like, immediately hyper focused on what is it? What's going on? Where's everything?
Yeah, so you as you as you as you set up camp, right? You are very aware of like Frostholm in the near distance. It is quiet, but not quieter than expected for a village. You do see, though, both Sigurd and Corda, a strange kind of very strange emanation coming out from the direction of Frostholm. It's subtle. You could very easily miss it, but in essence, it almost looks like the clouds around above Frostholm are being kind of dispersed away from it.
Kind of like the eye of the storm.
Yes, yeah, like the eye of the storm, but like, but without the storm, right? Just
So it's like it looks like super clear around the town, but then everywhere around that spot is like cloudy.
Mm-hmm. For sure,
Okay.
for sure.
Awesome.
All right.
I don't like the look of this one bit, Corda.
Something's happening over there.
As in something happening everywhere.
Something very bad.
Well, yeah, I know. I got bad. It's pretty bad. A lot of places have, you know.
Yeah,
I like to imagine Enna's caught up trying to get her tent set up again.
Yeah.
Just wait. What do you two see over there?
And Sigurd is gonna like point at the clouds and like see how they're like kind of weirdly shifted and stuff.
Oh,
It's not natural.
definitely not.
That shit ain't natural.
Boy, ain't right.
Boy, ain't right.
God dang it, Bobby.
All right. So, once you have
Clouds.
your camp set up, you begin to make your way to Frostholm. Welcome to Frostholm. So,
It is very dark.
it is very dark.
I'm
So,
about to say, I can tell that it's just pitch black 90% of the screen.
yeah, all I've done is put a wall around you so you can't see anything yet. So, as you make your way towards Frostholm, you see it is very small. It is a collection of, at most, about 15 buildings. All of them look fairly run down, but not derelict or destroyed. You can see in the distance, people moving about and getting on with their day. As you continue farther, you cross over a small meandering stream. Crossing over the rickety little bridge, it immediately, within the space of a single footstep, turns to night. The moment your feet touch the other side of the bridge. As you look back up, you see where the space is in the clouds above, just just the night sky. You see the stars. You don't see any moon, but you see the stars.
Can I look behind me? Is the bridge still there?
The bridge is still there.
Okay. So it's not a magical trap, which is
Could I try taking a step back onto the bridge?
And it becomes day again.
Right, well... Yeah, you two are right, this definitely is natural.
I kind of elbow Corda. I'm like, you don't think this is the Tarzan guy, do you?
Well, whatever it is, it's fucked.
And Sigurd realizes that Corda has no idea who Sigurd is talking about, and so he just goes, "Well, that's not to press it. Let's just go."
Right, let's see what's wrong with this town.
Welcome to every time.
Can't
Alrighty.
we just have another bread town situation where nothing is wrong?
Hey,
Never again.
this
This is the dark campaign. This is the edgy campaign, right?
Right, the other one with all the death and the scorching. That was light stuff.
This ain't your grandma's campaign, right?
I just realized.
I was genuinely setting this town up, and I was thinking, like, should I just do a bread town? Should I just make this fun? And I was like,
Be nice to my party for once.
We can
No.
have one bread town every campaign. We need one bread town.
you will
one-
probably get a bread town equivalent in every game. Yes, or every campaign.
As a treat.
Yeah.
That's a treat.
We'll have to earn it. But so
Good behavior earns one bread town.
what was it? I just realized that the plague in the last game, bit too accurate to my brain. Like, oh wait, maybe not. Anyway, so it's nighttime now.
Yes.
Sigurd
It is
cannot see in the
nighttime.
dark.
But you can
is
see
there
a little
any
bit.
light at all?
Can you see up ahead? Can you see, like, can
I
your
can't.
token see?
Mhm.
Yeah.
See a couple of colors.
So you can see what. So I've set the scene up so that, like, you can see what you can see. So you're not blinded by how dark it is. There's still, like, starlight illuminating the area. There's still some torches like hung outside of buildings and that, and the town, while it is night, is still the village is still a village at night. It's still got a little bit of illumination to it. So up ahead, as you make your way through the town, following what appears to be a fairly main path, you see up ahead cult members. You recognize them. They're good pals, good friends of yours. And you see someone talking to them. The cult members. Can I get an insight check? I'm going to say
Yes,
that
you can.
it's farther away than you currently are, just because this is the size of the map. But
Yeah.
19 for insight.
Nope.
all right. So, Sigurd with the worst vision.
His eyes boggle out again.
Yeah.
He's looking to see if Enna sees, and he just sees her trying to figure it out but can't. So he's covering his arms over his eyes again, and then he shoots his eyes out to try to see.
You're going to do it too hard someday, and they're just going to go.
Yep.
Yeah, just straight up.
All right. Okay. So Sigurd, almost taking advantage of your lack of vision here. You're not distracted by their clothing or the bright colors that they have, or any insignias they have. That none of that distracts you. What you do see are some kind of essentially silhouetted figures in the distance, threatening someone else.
Enna, can I throw? Can we throw hands with these people? It looks like they're threatening that guy.
We're asking our group mum for permission.
Yes, I am.
I mean, if they are threatening, of course. I would much rather they not attack someone else. We already know they're bad news.
As Sigurd hears the yes, Sigurd is gonna kind of like start to move forward, and he's gonna chuck a cleaver at the one in the back.
Maybe we use the... Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, I can't wait to see where this is going.
All right, you may make that roll.
Chuck the cleaver. Yoink. 12 head.
12. Let me double check for you.
So-
here.
Got it.
If it misses, at least you have plausible deniability.
Yeah, you know.
I can't say. I was throwing my cleaver at something else.
It was a warning shot. Go full intimidation round. It was a warning shot.
Of course. All right. So yes, you throw your cleaver, and it does in fact make contact. Let's see how much damage you deal before I tell you where you make contact.
Oh boy.
7.
7.
The cleaver cracks this guy in the side of the head, embedding itself as he collapses to the ground immediately with his mouth open while he was still mid sentence.
That was more than Sigurd was planning for. Sigurd gapes his mouth open like, oh, I just did that.
I non-lethally threw my cleaver at him.
Oh no!
No,
Anyway.
I know the rules. I'm not. No,
And so do I!
So it's like it's like Holly's. I non-lethally shoot the guy in the face.
Oh yeah, with the lost
I'll
pet.
have you know.
You didn't
It was
want
the
to
neck.
shoot him, but yeah.
It
Or
was-
didn't want to shoot him
I
in the head or whatever, but
didn't want to shoot him in the head. I shot him in the
aim
neck.
for a shoulder or neck.
I did for the shoulder. Got on that 20.
Yeah, there's no.
I aim for the shoulder. I got on that 20, and I guess it just goes through the chin. You know.
You know, incidents happen. Anyway,
It happens.
what are the other reactions as they? I'm wondering, do they see the like? Do they turn around and they just see me like rushing at?
They do, but what I'll say is, before you reach them,
Definitely.
maybe a bit too big. Yeah. Oh, that's bigger. Bang. We have a rather big explosion.
Oh.
Sorry, we have a rather big explosion as the person that they are intimidating throws his warhammer into the air and summons lightning down from the heavens, crashing down in between the assailants and essentially evaporating them there.
Oh boy, is my cleaver okay?
Your cleaver is fine because you knocked this guy just out of range whenever you
Cool.
bonked him one.
Then I can get my cleaver back.
You can.
Chef needs his cleaver.
Alright, so. With that, you see the person who was being attacked begin to walk away while
Didn't even notice me.
while the other people kind of like stop whatever they were like kind of gasping and stuff and start to get back to whatever they were doing prior to that, like it's a daily occurrence to them.
Sigurd is just gonna quietly and nonchalantly, like, no, like, showboating at all, is just gonna, like, nonchalantly just walk over here, pick up the cleaver, and try and make his way back to his, like, fellow party members and just be like, I think that went rather well.
Something tells me we should not piss off whoever that was.
You never tell me your cleaver could do that.
I know, right?
I was waiting for you to say that. I actually was.
Sigurd just goes, yeah, I don't think I managed to piss him off because he didn't even acknowledge my existence, so that's pretty good.
I mean, neither did any of the other townsfolk. Doesn't that seem a bit strange to you?
No. Not a bit strange. Completely off. But to be honest with you, I think I prefer it that way.
Yeah, it's good to know their first instinct is also smack the cunt out the nearest cult member, you know?
Well, let's just hope that we're on their side.
Aye.
Alrighty, Rue.
Where do you think we should start?
Well, considering it's always night here, maybe... Would I know if this town had an adventures guild? Like, I'm imagining... So I'm just imagining, right, that at least in most worlds, in my head, whenever there's an adventures guild, like, they have a map of where, like, all the, like, guild locations would be.
Sure.
So I imagine that Sigurd would know, just if there is or not one.
Sure. No,
Maybe
there is not.
Okay.
So,
You can't start there.
in general, what you'll find is the smaller places like villages, they'll have maybe a bulletin board where they post quests a la World of Warcraft or something like that. But heading into towns, you might find a single Adventurers Guild member who has been assigned that town, and then heading into cities is where you'll find like an actual guild hall.
Guild hall and stuff. Okay, so knowing this, Sigurd's like, well, we could look and see if they have a job posting on the bulletin board for some issues that the town's been having lately. I imagine whoever that guy was, clearly did not like the cultists.
Obviously not.
Yeah. So, I think we're safe from that, at least for now.
So suppose we could start there, and I'm sure Corda will be happy to hear this. Maybe we head to the tavern.
Probably.
Alright, so
Love the bird.
heading around, you eventually find a fairly worn down notice board, bulletin board thing.
Is there anything on it, like of note?
There are. So there's
Oh yeah, it's a notice board, so
Yeah.
I think there will be no.
Well, no, but so in a rundown, I haven't been to one myself, but I've seen pictures of like worn down like bulletin boards that got so like worn down that it's just like they leave it there. Like there'll be a notice on it from like 5 years ago or something, but other than that, it's just like kind of decrepit. Anyway, not the point. Point being,
I mean, very much the point, because it's pretty much where I was going. So you look at the notice board, and you see that it does have it's kind of used as a I think for what bulletin boards were designed for, like to raise issues for the town as well as like asking for help for things. So there's questions on there about like the volcano, should we be worried, things like that there. There's stuff
Did notice.
there's stuff about the cult that they just refer to as the Vile.
Oh, the Rankin Vile.
So they say like the Vile have been by to recruit again. They say it's urgent. They say something's coming. And beyond that, there are a few things like missing pets and stuff, right? What you... Give me a investigation check as you, like, glance over all of these.
How is Sigurd's brain feeling right now? His singular brain cell. Hold on. You said investigation, which I'm surprisingly proficient in.
It's them eyes, boy.
Oh, hey!
Holy crap!
I mean, Sigurd is really, into helping people, so of course Sigurd would investigate the bulletin board as thoroughly as possible.
Why have you got a -1? And a plus...
So the -1 is for my intelligence, the
Oh,
plus
I
two is
see,
proficiency.
Oh!
I'm dumb, but for whatever reason, I'm proficient.
I'm the exact same. I'm the
background.
exact same. Yeah.
Alright, okay, so looking...
May not be smart, but you're thorough.
Yeah, there we go.
It's like when you brute force a math problem instead of solving it the intended way, and you just manage to make it work.
Bro, that's just how I do math.
I love math.
Alright, okay, so as you examine the bulletin board and you examine all of these things, in particular, you find interesting the one about the volcano. As you said, oh, so they did notice. You check and you realize that post was put up there months ago. That's referring to the original eruption.
This town has seen some things that others have not long ago. And I'm gonna point this out to Enna specifically. They probably knew when the volcano had issues when we were taken.
Do the timelines match up?
Yeah.
God, you're right, Sigurd.
Well, I was...
There's definitely something going on in this town.
I have a question. Should we avoid the guy who threw the hammer, or should we look for his assistance?
I mean, regardless of what he does, I would prefer we stay on his good side, whether he works with us or not. But obviously, he doesn't like this cult very much.
So,
In that case, I feel like avoiding him would be better.
as you gather around the bulletin board, you watch as someone walks up to you.
I'm just gonna wave hello.
Hi, I'm Sigurd. So yeah, the person walks up to you. They are holding a basket under their like hooked around their arm for carrying like fruits and vegetables and things like that there. As they approach, they try to like shuffle past you to get access to the bulletin board.
Sorry. Step out of the way.
And you watch as they put their hand up to the bulletin board. They place their hand flat on the bulletin board and then use their other hand to like push the bulletin board. And then they take both hands away, having achieved nothing, but seemingly, and turn to look at the three of you and say, "Apples? Care for an apple?"
Sigurd is going to immediately go, absolutely. And he's going to like put out his hand for an apple.
She gives you a rock.
Awesome. I didn't even have to pay for it, so that's great.
She gives you a smile and walks away before beginning to mutter something else.
This rock is going to be very important later.
Is there any way I could roll an insight check to see if she was putting on an act?
Sure.
I'm just curious to see if, like, she thinks someone might be watching her, or if her giving that to us is her somehow trying to mark us. Like, just to see if her demeanor was not fully, like, I guess, true.
She seemed to, well, to begin with, her body language was strange. She didn't like make eye contact with any of you when she offered this apple. She didn't hand it to anybody in particular. She just held it out in front of her, and she, with her 18, she seemed fairly genuine about it, although she is just odd, I guess, in general.
Sigurd is going to I want to say this just
He's gonna eat the rock.
No, he's not.
I knew that was coming.
He's not gonna eat the rock. He's thinking about it, but before he tries to eat the rock, he is gonna look at the rock really specifically, and he's gonna try and I want to try and roll Arcana just to see if he can tell it's magical at all.
Okay.
Just to literally like imagine 12. He's like intensely like moving the rock around. Like, is this a special apple? Like, what is this?
Give it a nibble, give it a taste.
It is. You can see flecks of paint on it. It looks like it's from a crumbled wall at some point. You don't see any magical essence or any. Sorry, it's not detect magic, so you don't see anything that would indicate magic.
So Sigurd's gonna like rub his finger on it, and then he's gonna lick his finger to see what it tastes like.
First of all, it's very cold. The taste is earthy, maybe a little tiny bit metallic.
Sigurd is gonna look at the other two,
Tastes
and
like
he's
dirt.
gonna be like, "It's just a rock."
What was that she was doing with the board, though? That seemed a bit odd.
Maybe.
Can I try?
Oh, yeah.
Can I try to like recreate what she was doing? You said she put one hand on it and then tried to push it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, recreating that, and I'll use your previous insight check, because it's all kind of one and the same here. Doing that, you put your hand up, use your other hand, and you feel like copying the placements of her hands. You realize that your other hand is above the first one, and you're putting your thumb out, and you realize that it was almost like miming putting a new bulletin on the board. She was like almost like with a thumbtack or something, like paper first with her hand flat, and then the other hand comes to like stick it in
Put
place.
the pen in. Sigurd just goes, "This might be outreaching for me, but I think that something has caused her to become either like entranced or something that makes her repeat what she has done in the past, even though she's no longer obviously capable to think to do those things.
You see another person walking past, talking. As they pass you, they say, "Long time no see. Where you been lately?"
Oh, hey, Dale.
No, I'm good. How's the wife?
Pretty good.
Oh yeah, I used to love those pies. As he just continues to walk down the street.
Sigurd is like... Sigurd is just kind of bewildered at the fact that he just had a conversation with someone that, like, just responded back. The most random things.
Sigurd, do you know that man?
No. Not at all.
He happened to have a
Right
name
about your
tag
Dale.
on that said Dale. Though.
I was about to say, Dale was the first name that came to mind. Like, I don't know why, certain random names, just whenever I need a name, my brain just like, that's a funny, weird-ish name. You don't hear that name a lot.
Hear that, old Dales? You're weird.
How many Dales have you met in your lifetime? I've never met one. I want to.
So you can call them weird. I'm on to you. Alright, so, what else? Yeah, I will say, he did in fact have a name tag on him that did in fact say Dale.
Perfect.
As he walked past, it was fairly obvious that he was wearing like general store type attire, like a shop clerk. You see a variety of other people about, doing seemingly normal things in very off manners. You see a couple of kids running down the street. They're kicking something between themselves, and they have to stop every so often because the kicking is not having the intended effect. So they're running down the street, kicking a sack and acting as though it is some sort of ball. But the sack kind of just like crumples around their feet and moves like 2 foot because it's heavy. So
Please
they
not a severed head, please.
please not a what?
Don't worry about it.
Alrighty, Rick.
Severed. Please not a severed head.
Oh, I see.
Anyway.
No, you can see like white ish powder, kind of like coming out with a puff every time the bag is kicked. The kids are like they're engaging in this activity while they're talking about they're having 2 separate conversations with each other, each answering to questions that weren't asked.
Do we just head to the tavern? Because I think if everyone is like this, we might literally just be able to barge in and stay the night without even having to worry about it.
Do we want to stay the night in here?
No. But
Yeah.
I
I feel like
imagine...
we might not have a choice if we were to figure out what's going on here.
Well, I mean, technically speaking, isn't it like a day? Like, it turned tonight when we stepped in here, but we just woke up.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, you might be right about your theory, Sigurd, about people either being entranced to repeat what they were doing, or maybe something else happening here.
Well, we only know of one sentient person, but not wanting to meet said sentient person, I'd rather go just about anywhere else first to explore. Can I look around and see if there's a church?
You don't see a like full. It's not like a church, but it's a small village temple. So it's very small, but yeah, you do see one.
Like a small chapel, like
Yeah.
maybe meant for like 20 people.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, I'd say he's probably there. I mean, I don't know. What do you think, Enna?
I'm not sure. I just have this bad feeling in my stomach, I guess.
You see in the distance that same woman saying the same thing, offering an apple, then holding out a rock to mid-air in front of her, just in the middle of the street, and then dropping the rock and continuing.
Hope she doesn't hit her toes with that. Well, seeing as how this is going to get us nowhere, Sigurd is going to slowly walk towards just kind of, I guess, whichever direction looks like it would be towards the tavern.
Yeah, up there.
So again, he does not want to go to the church.
Oh, the tavern? Sorry,
Yeah, he does-
tavern's over here.
Oh, where's that? Oh, that way. Yeah, straight up.
Alright, okay. So, heading farther down the street, you see some vendors stood outside decrepit stalls with nothing like out on display. As you pass, they're offering their services, shouting things like "Get your tools sharpened," as they like wave around like a dead fish. Things like that. Arriving
Perfectly good fish.
arriving at the tavern. Yeah, arriving at the tavern, and I just realized I need to. Alright, okay. Arriving at the tavern, you head inside and you find it fairly full. Good few people sat around tables. Some sat at tables that have been upturned or turned, like on their side or broken, but they're still like sat at them. You can hear crunching as people eat. You can see some of them have like bits of a little bit of blood trickling down from their mouths as you get a closer look and see that they're eating very random things that were like around. So somebody is like chewing down on a candlestick while another person is halfway through a saucer. Another person smoking a spoon in the corner.
Smoking a spoon. That's great.
There is a tavern owner up at the bar. They are vigorously cleaning an imaginary cup.
Sigurd is going to completely ignore her and like go around to the kitchen to see if there's any like food that hasn't been rotten.
Almost everything is rotten, moldy beyond edibility, and you can see that the shelves have also been lined up with completely like random knickknacks, things that obviously don't belong in a kitchen.
Is there? Oh, sorry. Yeah, you first.
I was gonna say, is there any reaction to Sigurd going behind the bar?
Oh, good question. In general, the moment you enter, the door makes a little ding as a bell above it goes off. Her head turns towards the door, not tracking you as you make your way in, but she smiles towards the door and says, "Welcome, welcome, welcome. Fancy a drink? Need a stay? We've got the finest food in all of Öskular. Sorry."
Is there any like meat cleavers back here?
You find one that's got tooth marks in it.
Oh.
I am gonna toss this at the next cult leader we see as revenge for this town.
Okie doke.
You said you don't want to meet that fella with the hammer, but I reckon they might be the only person with a brain still left.
Yeah, I fear you're
Yeah.
right.
Can I roll a perception to see if there is like anyone who seems to be breaking the pattern?
Yep. Insight, preferably.
Oh, insight, okay. And then you're saying there really was no reaction to Sigurd going into the kitchen?
No, not particularly. There's like, strange kind of like, with a 9, I'm gonna say no. You don't get much. The people around you are generally have an awareness about themselves. For example, the woman who went to use the bulletin board, she didn't walk into you like you weren't there. She tried to shuffle between you. So there is an awareness, like when Sigurd went to move past her to get to the kitchen, like she would have like moved her shoulder slightly so that Sigurd wouldn't bump into her, for example, but like didn't like look at him or acknowledge that he was going anywhere.
Well, I guess we're heading toward the church.
Alrighty.
Any against Enna?
Corda's over here
not
just
feeling-
thinking like, why is nobody consulting me?
Well, I mean, imagine Corda would be looking for something to drink.
There are a variety of aged alcoholic beverages.
What to say? I bet those taste like really aged at this point.
Like a fine wine.
Yeah. You want your ale to sit out in the open for 3 months. That's going to make it much better.
Well, I imagine at least some of it would be in a barrel.
Yeah, I'm sure. All right, so
Corda, you ready? You still looking around for more ale?
Hey, let's go get that fella.
Okay.
all right, so heading back out into the street. and making your way up towards the very, very small little temple. You see that as you attempt to open the door, it is locked.
I'm gonna give the door a hearty knock. Not like trying to break the door in, but just knock.
Announcing your presence.
Yeah.
Alrighty, right. You
And I'm also gonna. I just realized as I knock, I also kind of. I don't shove Enna, but I like put my hands towards like Enna and Corda, and like you might want to back up just in case. And I'm also going to kind of step to the side, just in case.
Who's there?
'Tis a visitor in town.
Visitor?
Yes, visitor.
The door opens with a creak. And
Okay, we didn't throw the hammer through the door, so that's good.
you see a cleric dressed in full plate mail.
Is this the same guy we saw before?
It is, yes. Actually, he's dwarvish as well, so yeah, change that voice.
Hey!
As he opens the door, you see the temple inside is fairly well kept compared to the rest of the town, compared to the interior of the tavern, which I said like tables were upturned and broken and things. In here, there's still like weird knickknacks, things that look a little bit out of place, but for the most part, things that have been kept fairly in order. He as he opens the door, he ushers you in with a single kind of hand movement.
I'm gonna lead the way and I'm gonna make my way inside.
That's the most sane form of communication we've had so far.
Only form of communication, I would say.
Definitely more intelligent than the others.
We don't get very many visitors these days.
Never mind.
Never mind, never mind. Sigurd is honestly just thinking he's really old.
You say that he looks quite young, but his skin is like a bit like weathered, let's say.
Yeah.
So he as you enter, and he points you to a small round table with plenty of chairs. There are some books out on the table that look well kept as well. He says, "What brings you to Frostholm?" As he starts rifling through some cupboards.
Well, we saw, the kind of strangeness going on and the cult members, so we thought there might be, some trouble, so we made our way inside.
Nothing strange going on in Frostholm, I assure you. As he...
What about those cult members you blew up earlier?
As you say that, he returns with a plate, like a tray of cookies. Each of them look fairly fairly good, if not a little bit old, but like they're not rocks and they're not moldy. He says, "Aye, the vial. They've He kind of zones out, stares at the wall for a second, and goes, "No.
No, what?
Aye, the friends, visitors."
Ah,
He looks
so
back.
you're friends with the vial?
No.
No.
What? Who are you talking to? And
You!
he looks at you and he says, "Look, the vial are getting very aggressive with their recruiting methods these days. Care for a cookie?" And he heads over to the cupboards again and starts rifling through them. Even though you haven't touched any of the food on the table, I imagine.
No.
No.
Um,
What about Corda?
She's a bit. I mean, all the food so far has not been good, so.
And he returns with another tray of cookies. Again, each one's different and each one's old, but he just kind of like sets the tray on top of the other tray. He says,
can I?
"Yeah,
Oh,
go ahead."
sorry. I was just gonna say, can I use Divine Sense to see if there's any like particular markings, and like I don't know if there's any windows in here, but I also want to look kind of out, like both at him and at like the window outside to see if I see anything in particular.
Yeah, sure. Click on Divine Sense for me, so it's in the chat as well.
Yeah.
Detect good and evil. Sense anything affected by the hollow spell. I know the location of things, undead. Okay. So there are small windows in here. Each with stained glass. Some of the windows, most of the windows themselves are still in good order, surprisingly. But there are a couple that have been boarded up. The things they've been boarded with are a little bit odd, but nothing like too strange. You know, there's not fish or anything, but it's like table legs and stuff. As you use your divine sense, you can't see very well through these windows, but your divine sense does, up to 60 feet. So you can see the silhouettes of like people. Very specifically, we'll say Dale and Apple Woman, right? As they pass each other behind the window, both talking to themselves as they do so. And inside both of them, you see, with your divine sense, the essence of a demon in each of them. As you turn your head to look back at the cleric, your eyes are overwhelmed with the sheer amount of fiendish energy coming from him. Have you dealt with the rank and veil before?
times. Yeah.
Kind of. And I'm kind of gonna. sit next
Bastards,
to
the
Enna.
lot of them.
Absolutely. I'm gonna sit down next to Enna. I'm just gonna whisper in her ear. And I'm just gonna go, demon. And then I say, do you have anything to drink?
Plenty. What's your poison? Not poison, obviously.
Yeah. That was kind of fast for him. I would say,
I'll just have some water, please.
Perfect. He heads over to the cupboard again and starts
as
rifling
as he
around.
back,
You can see clearly that he's getting more cookies.
as he like turns his back to go get more cookies, I'm gonna strike him in the back of the head with my frying pan.
As he does that, can I look at the back of his neck to see if there is a mark?
You roll me perception, because he's wearing like a full set of plate mail here. His head's uncovered, but his neck's slightly covered, so I want to know.
Gotcha. I gotcha. Nope. Okay.
You do not see it at this point. Let me get...
Well,
that was that not 20 or no? It's 19.
that was not a nat 20. It was a 19. It was close enough.
25 does indeed hit over the plate mail. Yeah.
All right. Specifically going at the head.
Mm-hmm.
I'm smiting because I don't trust anything anymore. Being in a D, being in a
killed the
D.
only person
Oh.
that we know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But so that's gonna be 23 damage if he's human. If he's demon or fiend, that's going to be 33.
I see. Okay. I'm going to just pop this over here for a second.
Being in a D campaign will make you trust absolutely nothing anymore. It's just like, no, the weird voice, no. And then he said one thing like really quickly, and it's like, what? What?
Alrighty, Roo. Okay, so you bonk him super hard, and he turns to face you, rubbing the back of his head, as he says, "You're with the rank and violate ye."
He doesn't have his hammer in his hands, right?
We'll say
'Cause he was getting the.
it's hooked onto his belt.
Ah, that's fair. I immediately say, no, but the demon inside you probably is.
He says, I know, wrong voice. There are no demons here. We stopped it.
You didn't stop anything. All you did was suspend everything.
And he looks at you with like some confusion. He says, nonsense. This is the safest town in all of Öskular. I made sure of it.
I immediately, like, seeing that he wasn't super perturbed and didn't immediately attack me back, Sigurd is going to, like, place his hands on, like, the dude's shoulder. One of them still holding the frying pan. But is going to go, what did you do exactly?
He says, Torfina Vonte. He said, yeah, he says, my mentor, Torfina Vonte.
Yeah, one, okay.
He warned us about this years ago. He placed this blessing on our town to prevent the end times, as he called it. The townsfolk called him mad. They chased him out. And I was left to look after the temple by myself. When things started to go awry, I knew my mentor was right. So I activated his blessing. And I saved this town.
You did your best.
There is nothing wrong with Frostholm.
No, the blessing did not work.
As
At
he
least not entirely.
takes his hand away from his head, and you see that there's blood like on his hand, and he turns and gets more cookies and brings them over. This time he doesn't have a tray or anything. He's just got like a handful of cookies with his bloody hands, and he just brings them over and sets them down on top of the other cookies.
It's so wrong. Sigurd's just gonna look toward his other party members. Is just like, I bonked. I don't know where to go from here exactly.
Oh, by the way, you did smite. So
Yeah.
we'll talk about that. As you smited him, you actually saw his body kind of swell and undulate before before mostly going back down to its original shape and size, but like he's just slightly lumpier around the face. So around the room, you see just like a generic small village temple. There is a podium and a collection of chairs that are lined up very neatly facing it. There's only about 20 chairs total. And a good portion of those are stacked in the corner. You see behind the podium itself, it's more like a lectern. It's very thin. It's not like a big, a big stone table or anything. It's a small lectern. You see behind that is a staircase heading down that the cleric walks toward. Almost like completely forgetting you're there at this point.
Should we follow him? Probably.
Probably.
All right. Sigurd's just like dumbfounded, and he's just like this. Like, for some reason, with both the vision he had last night and like the state of the town, he's just like, oh my god. He just like, kind of in silence follows him downward.
Sure. Heading down into the basement of the temple, you find a rather large, like a collection of holy markings lined out in a grid-like pattern. You can see each of them glows with a dim blue glow, and you watch as the cleric kind of talks to himself as he begins to like re-etch into the ground the symbols, like basically like going over the top of them, like making them deeper.
Should I break the circle?
I don't think that might be a good idea. Because if he is possessed but somehow it's held back, what does that mean of the rest of the town? That might be the only thing keeping their possessors at bay. I don't think we want to deal with 20-some demons at once.
So we should just leave.
I wouldn't say that, because obviously something's going on here. I just wish we had a better idea what it was.
I have an idea. I know one way to find out. And Sigurd just kind of
bonking.
No. Sigurd, as you say that, Sigurd just looks at you and he's like, "We tried bonking. Bonking did nothing." He's just like, what we need to do is we need to head towards the rank and vial. That's what we need to do. I would recommend, if we're not going to break this sigil, or if we're not going to like you say, fight all these demons at once is not a good idea. Our options to help this town would be to deal with the rank and vial, or to...
I will quickly remind you that the rank and vial are against the demons.
What? Huh?
Yeah, they're working with devils, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they were trying to... for example, the first time that you came across the rank and vial in Öskular, down in the kind of slums area,
Yeah.
they were trying to prevent the spread, but got
Killed.
yeah. And they're still doing their own nefarious things with devils, like, but
It's so interesting to have, like, two issues, like, well, I guess 3 issues at once? Because you have the devils, you have the demons, and then I guess aberrants count as demons. But they are also...
There's so much going on.
I mean... all I know for a fact is that Kassan does not like the rank and file.
mm-hmm.
Which makes me not like the rank and file.
Agreed.
But also, like, I'm curious if this man's master possibly turned to the rank and file after being turned away by the town.
I don't know.
I highly doubt that someone who is this powerful with this, like, strong of a seal would just be like, no, I'm just gonna go off and learn to fish and live quietly on the side of the river. Like, I don't see that happening. It's possible, but
I genuinely don't have any idea what we should do.
Alright, well, maybe we should leave
This
it there
time-
then. You can...
Sigurd looks at Corda. Corda, is there anything you could have an idea for?
Church.
The what?
The church.
We're in the church.
Then I got nothing.
Alright, okay. We'll leave it there. We'll pick up again next week with Kassan's here.
Hopefully.
He might have some insight.
Yeah.
He's a resident. He's a resident Hells expert. So
What I will say right before we end off, I imagine, is there a chair down here?
A chair?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just a chair.
You got lots of
I
chairs.
imagine Sigurd, like, hearing that Enna doesn't know what to do, he doesn't know what to do, Corda doesn't know what to do, and Kassan is... I don't know if he's missing or in the camp, but either way, he just sits down and, like, immediately, like, crosses his fingers and prays, and as he's praying, he's specifically thinking about how the Starlight Apparition helped Enna, and he's also thinking back to the vision he saw from his father. He's just like, if you have any specific guidance, that would also help.
Oh, I just remembered something that we left out of our recap for Holly, which is
Oh yeah!
well, you can take it.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to steal your thunder.
No,
Yeah, that's right.
You can take it. It's your thing.
So while we were fighting, I forget the name of the polar bear, but Kassan's like polar bear companion that he grew up with, who was taken.
Mhm.
After we knock her out, I managed to encircle the mark, expel the demon. It's the biggest demon we've seen so far, like akin to the demon that was crawling out of the pit with Rumrez. But we had done so much damage to it, and Kassan had been such like a formidable opponent. All he had to do was say run, the thing started taking off, but me and him decided to shoot it down with a guiding bolt. D described our guiding bolts merging together and actually allowing for the Starlight Apparition to like manifest and strike down the demon.
That's some anime shit right there. Goddamn.
Yeah. So obviously we're kind of both in a sense drawing from possibly the same power source. So Enna really wants to find Calivan, since Calivan was the one who raised Kassan, because he might have some answers as to what really the Starlight Apparition is.
Interesting. Alrighty, Rue.
Political intrigue.
Kassan, please.
Hey,
We don't know what to do.
please come back. What I will say as we end off is you I think Drum's just like moving his monitor or his screen all over. He's dancing.
How did you know?
I can see where your screens are. I can move them. So I can, let me see. No. This?
Oh, you mean like between these and stuff?
Oh no, I'm literally just holding right mouse to move the map, but I'm just shaking it back and forth, kind of dancing.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean... Wait.
Oh, wait. Let go for a second, Drum.
Okay. Oh, there it goes. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, I'm just kind of vibing.
Oh yeah, no, I just wanted to show you that I can like move
You
your-
can move the map yourself.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I'm supposed to be able to, but I'm just throwing them about. Okay, right. Yeah, well,
We've got a mystery on our hands, gang.
exactly.
Rip it!
Hopefully it wasn't too confusing.
That's super confusing. It's just like kind of a, well, what do we do? We're enemies of the rank and file, but we also don't know exactly what to do here either. So we're just like
Yeah.
kind of nebulous.
Well, hopefully we can figure it out next week. And we'll call it there. So thanks for playing, guys and gals.
Of course, thank you as always.
What I will say is I didn't notice this last week,
Hmm.
but when we came back to the Dragon Temple, I noticed that you had the sign of Ouroboros there for the sigil.
Yes,
It's a really nice touch.
the Ouroboros. It's also the symbol for the city or the country of Kakaboros, which is somewhere that you might go someday. Right. Goodbye, everybody.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye bye.
It's just him?
It's just me.